Yes, the greatest fear in every hero's career is here. Children. I know. Brace yourself, people, because they have to deal with children. Oh god, I hate to fucking think about it. I hate dealing with them immediately. No, unfortunately, some of the most worst people to handle children, mainly Bakugo and Todoroki, have got to do this for their exam, because meanwhile, while they're dealing with that shit, a lot more than interesting conversations happening in between All Might and Endeavor. It's actually getting a little bit more, I'd like to hope it gets a little bit more philosophical, and actually sounds like it gets a little bit more to like a personal touch with this entire conversation. So there is stuff in this chapter that I'm very much like, I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get this, and a nice confirmation in this chapter as well. So once we arrive immediately to this destination, everyone's like, oh shit, Endeavor's here as well, as he's there straight on to say he wants to see like his son, he wants to see him, like, you know, you better go, you know, go first place with this, and like, you better like be like reading my expectations of you, child. And one I was really like glad I was talking about last week was, okay, we need to know a little bit about like Kami from Shiketsu, because straight up we knew immediately what happened last time with her, where it was like, oh my god, she's literally like got like replaced by one of the League of Villains. So straight up we kind of knew this already, but this is the real Kami right here. Like it was something here, it's like it could be a possibility, but no, like we found out. And this is the thing, Shiketsu knows about this. Like, they're, like, even though they say, like, she's a random bitch and everything, like, she's like, oh, she keeps doing the fam, this is gonna be mad lit and preach. And when I first saw that, I was like, are the translators taking the fucking piss here? But it's like, if it's a straight up thing where it's like, no, these guys are actually talking like this, like, I'm like, oh my god, oh god, Kami's definitely a millennial, I'll tell you that fucking much, for free. I'm like, oh, like, I honestly was not going to be surprised if she started doing the dabbing, because I would have probably killed myself at that point. It's like, don't make me hate Kami, because I like her so far, but it's like, don't make it, like, turn her into some millennial shit right here. But when we got into this, she was talking about, like, the discrepancies, and also as well, like, she tested positive for narcotics in her system, because she was like, what the fuck, I failed? I don't even remember participating. Wait, was I just asleep for 4 days? I don't know what was going on for these past few days like that. And she was like laughing. I was like, oh, I'm just a sleepyhead like that. Oh, that must mean it. But they took like a little bit hard to that. It's like, wait, why would she lie about this? Like, why would she not say she doesn't remember the past 4 days or so? And I was like, let's just check this out. And she went positive for narcotics, so they know that, like, this was the League of Villains, that they knew that this is already something that was like, oh god, no, like, we've been actually taken in. So one thing is, like, it, like, you know, for the Shiketsu, like, guys, is that it, like, what they're talking about, it's like, you know, like, we're, like, they were talking about, like, the police and the heroes' opinions were off the mark and all that, just, we need to just take measures and all that to make up for the absence of, like, the symbol piece, because this was a thing in this chapter where a lot of things have happened since All Might has stepped down, like, especially, like, surprise, surprise, the increase of crime. That was one thing that, like, Endeavor was talking to him about this, where it's like, look, and all that, it's like, especially with, like, the real me out here right now, he's like, you know, I have done more than I've ever done. I think I've even done more of, like, stopping crimes than you have, like, over the past month. Like I've gone throughout my career and I've resolved more incidents than anybody, like, out there. But yet, though, like, I can hear that something, that visible something, that barrier that we had, like, that just crumbled away. And he's just like, I need to know, like, All Might, like, what is it? Like, what is it to be a symbol of hope, to, like, of peace and hope to people? Like, I need to know this. Like, I want to understand this full question. Like, that was like, and that's the thing where it's like, I am more interested in that part than what we were seeing with, like, Kami and Bakugo dealing with children. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that teacher guy, like, I'm glad that Gang Orca guy came back again, because it's like, holy shit, I forgot how badass he looked. I was like, wait a minute, he's pretty cool. And he's, like, throwing around Bakugo and the others like that, saying, like, you need a, like, extra guidance. He just throws them all to the fucking ground. I was like, alright, he has some pretty amusing moments, but, like, clearly the entire test is going to sing, like, the thing that you guys lack the most is heart, like, out of every single one. And that definitely is true for Bakugo and Todoroki, because, like, let's be honest, like, real life situation, Bakugo, I'm surprised he didn't try to blow up the children. Like, that's something where it's like, let's just take care of this. I honestly as well felt bad for, like, the little, like, substitute teacher that was there from, like, the elementary school. She's like, oh, I just need a coffee. I just need a break. Just get these kids off my fucking hands, please. Like, thank God. Like, and clearly it's like, when we saw this, it was like, okay, Bakugo's gonna be an asshole. He's gonna start screaming at people. Todoroki's just gonna be very just cold and just like, here, let me show you this stuff. And like, acting like that. And like, Shigaraki's rival is just gonna go into a complete just downfall because Endeavor's there and he completely fucking hates the guy. And then Cammy, which was like, she might have the highest chance against this because she apparently likes kids and she's like hugging them and they're like getting full boobs like slapped in there. But then again, you're pissing off the girls like as well. It's like, I kind of laughed. I was like, oh, you fucking hussy. And it's like, oh, they're at that age already now. Like when they like boys, oh, this is gonna be a situation right now. Like on there. So you know, like, overall, it's like they just got to deal with, like, you know, they got to move the hearts of these children, and the whole thing is like coming back to Endeavor and All Might's conversation, where it's like you need to be a symbol of peace, of hope, you know, of like joy. Like you need, like, you can't be like, oh, here's the cleanup guy, here's the guy that takes care of that. You need to be a symbol to like the city, to like the people. That's what the whole lesson is. Like, albeit it's a lot more like efficient, like to be, hey, look, I'm just gonna be this guy and I'm just gonna get my job fucking done. And that's the difference between All Might and kind of Endeavor. Endeavor does send a message, and it's definitely a message of fear. Like, that's the thing where it's like, if anything, like the most like comprehensible and more like way that we can compare the two is like, with two Western like superheroes now, let's compare like what Superman is to the people compared to Batman. That isn't talking about what which character I like more, because it's definitely fucking like, it isn't Superman, it's fucking Batman out there. But what is, like, you know, like Superman compared to Batman? Like, he is like a symbol of justice, of peace, protection. He is like that ray of hope for humanity. You look at Batman, Batman is like the Dark Knight. He like sneaks around in the darkness, taking care of things from behind the scenes, taking care of stuff that even the, you know, the police can't handle. Regardless of what, like, Batman does a lot of stuff and probably on equal terms of, like, you know, of fucking Superman, but he isn't that ray of hope. He might be a little bit to Gotham, but he's still terrifying. So that's the thing. It's like, Endeavor is in that situation right now. It's like, no one's ever going to say Endeavor's a shit hero. Like, he can't do his job. He clearly can. Like, he's doing it better than All Might, and he's clearly made up for, like, All Might, like, especially when he's been, like, very low and he hasn't been able to fully, like, do anything as a hero, but, like, he's missing that oomph, he's missing that edge, he's missing what All Might was. Like, compare, like, if you put in the situation when he was at All For One, like, what would he have done, like, against him? Like, he wouldn't actually trying to send a message at the end to try and give people hope, and this is the situation we're in right now. It's like, you know, like, oh, like, at the end of the day, it was like, he inspired a lot more people to become heroes, and Endeavor's definitely not going to do that. He's going to instill fear to people, to criminals, but, you know, some people are going to reach that boiling point, and it's like, you know, I've got to commit crimes, I've got to do some shit like that. Some people got mouths to feed, some people just don't give a shit and just hate people, like, but overall, like, you know, I thought it was an interesting chapter for the most part. It's like, definitely there was more going on, I felt like, behind the scenes, and like clearly the message of the entire, like, this whole arc is like, well, like the whole exam, yeah, you can see it, and like definitely it's like we got a little confirmation with Cammy, we know what's going on with her, but the main, like, meat, if we're talking about like what was happening with Bakugo and everyone, it was kind of like, we knew it was going to happen immediately. We knew that like Bakugo was going to suck at this straight away. We knew Todoroki was going to choke up. We knew as well, like with like Todoroki's like rival as well, he was going to like just completely shut down because like Endeavor's there, and like Cammy was like, maybe she might do well, but then it's like, no. Like, unfortunately she's dealing with all the girls of the group, and like she's unfortunately like a little bit revealing in some ways. So yeah, she's gonna have to overcome that. I'm kind of curious to see like if her quirks are like gonna be completely the same though, because no one like judged that immediately like from what we saw from her from the start. So I'm kind of curious a little bit more about Cammy like overall in the chapter, and hopefully this will help Bakugo and Todoroki grow, if anything, since they didn't have a lot of time to shine in the last arc. I feel like this is their own little time to have like this little mini arc, and especially this might help a lot and all that to like develop like Endeavor a little bit. Same thing, hopefully I want to explain a little bit more about their rivalry. I hope we actually get more into that with All Might and Endeavor. I kind of like that to go into it. But overall, I thought it was a fine chapter, not an amazing one, but like you can see where it's going with this stuff. And like I kind of like, especially I felt like the best part of the chapter was the ending actually, when like Endeavor, like that took a lot of pride to actually say that out of Endeavor. So overall, decent chapter. But that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.